Within this video, we're going to be looking at the analysis of variance, which is a statistical test which allows us to look at differences between different categories when you've got more than two categories. In this instance, we're looking at the performance of different diets relative to how much weight was lost. So we can see here under variable view that we've got three categories of diet: the Cambridge, Aikens and Weight Watchers diets. And what we want to know is which participants were losing the most weight under which diet regime. So it's to perform this analysis that we go to means, one way, ANOVA. And we put across our dependent variable, which is weight loss, and the diet, which is factor. We want some post hoc tests so that we can really drill down the extent to which where these differences are actually occurring. And also it can be quite helpful to have a means plot so that we can visually explore our data. The first thing to examine is the means plot, because that gives us a very quick impression of what could potentially be the most effective diet. Now we can see there's quite a jump between the Aikens and Weight Watchers and the Cambridge diet, whereas Cambridge and Aikens don't seem to have much difference between them. So we can see that there is a trend, but what we don't know is that this effect is actually statistically significant. To achieve that, we look at the ANOVA table and we look at the significance level, and we can see that this is smaller than 0.05, and therefore it is a statistically significant effect. But where is the effect occurring? Well, we can tell this from the multiple comparisons table. Cambridge and Aikens have no statistical difference between them. Cambridge and Weight Watchers do, however, and so on and so forth. So we can really drill down at this point and see where the significance is. But what we don't know is how large the effect is. We can only say that it is statistically significant. We don't know if it's a medium, small, or large effect. To be able to do this, we have to do it again in a slightly different way, which is to go to compare means, but this time just looking at means. And we put our dependent variable across again, which is weight loss, and our independent, which is the diet that the individual was on. And then we choose options, and we're looking for an ANOVA table and ETA. So it will run the ANOVA again, but this time it will give us ETA, which is our value that is associated with how much power is in this analysis and what the effect size is. So we click OK. We get a slightly different table in this instance. And what we can see here from this additional analysis is that the ETA squared value, which is the effect size in this analysis, is 0.129 or 0.13. So although this is statistically significant, the effect size is really quite modest. So this shows you that you can have quite a trend within a graph that can be statistically significant, but actually the effect of that difference is quite modest in nature.